Virgo, Libra, Cusp. It's Sagittarian Seeker here, and I am here with your love reading for the month of November. Alright, so what we have on the table for you guys, some of you do have a spiritual connection that you were dealing with, and you guys went into separation here because you had to go through the whole self-love process, okay? They're coming back for some of you. Because I do have, we meet again with the religious factors of the connection here. Some of you, it was last summer when this person returned. Some of you, it will be the next summer coming up here. And we also have a soulmate. Alright, so we have a soulmate for you guys. But this is divine timing, because I got a lot of high priestess and guide cards and all that type of the unknown here. But you're going to be guided by the universe and your spirit guides when it comes to this soulmate. How will I know they are here? You will get all type of signs and synchronicities. Okay. This will be a fresh start for some of you. Some of you are dropping the person that you were with already, or the connection that you had. You separated from them. You've grown and you have a soulmate incoming now. Now, this could all be the same person, but for some of you, it seems to be somebody totally different. Seems like a past life soulmate for some of you guys. There's caution though, because there's an order for this. Because with the soulmate, I do have engagement, I do have commitment for you coming for this, but I also have pay attention to the red flags, and it's not a bad pay attention. It's things have to go in a synchronized order, which means maybe somebody has to cut out an ex, somebody has to release something or detach themselves from something else. There may be a healing process that you have to go through, but there's some type of spiritual factor where somebody has to be set free, okay? And then you guys could go into the committed relationship and, you know, all that good stuff. But there's a series of events that have to happen in order for you to get to this soulmate. Some of you are going to have to let go of attachment that you have with somebody else. But this soulmate looks to be actually very beautiful, because when it's like when you first meet them, you're going to automatically be like, oh my goodness, I want to marry them. Okay, so this is a very strong past life soulmate that we're dealing with. They're going to differ from you. They're not going to be your... You may feel as though you're really different. You may even feel as though you're incompatible, but yet the chemistry is still awesome. You may be very free-spirited, carefree, in a good sense though, risk-taking, and they may be very conservative, cautious, or the other way around. What I'm saying is you're going to seem very, very different, but you're actually more alike than you think. Okay, so I feel like that's another reason why I'm saying kind of pay attention to the red flags, because in the shadows I have get to know each other. I don't feel like those red flags are something negative, but even though this may be a soulmate, it's saying don't just jump into it. Really, really get to know the person that you are going to be with for a long period of time. Because you're going, the way it's going to make you feel is going to want to make you move kind of fast. So go in order with this, and things will work out a lot better. Okay? Yeah, some of you are definitely going in a new direction from whoever you was with, who you separated from. You're calling it quits with them. And others of you, this may be a reconciliation. So I do have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here, but I also have self-care. That's another thing that I feel like is in synchronistic order here. That has to be some new direction and loving yourself first. That has to be done. Okay? There has to be an uplift of your spirit and your energy, so you can be aligned with this soulmate, or the soulmate may need to get their stuff together so they can be aligned with you. Okay? But the more that you get to know this person, the more you will gradually merge together. So you may start out as friends, okay? Overall topic of discussion is the Three of Pentacles. Yep. This is teamwork, because I'm saying some of you are going to meet this person at work. Okay? A lot of people, especially, I think in my Taurus reading, in another reading, it's work, where they're going to meet their soulmates. But this overall thing is about working together, teamwork. Because I'm saying there's a caution with this because you have to get to know each other, because you're going to be so different. You might even have different, especially with religious factors, you might have so many different background stories that are different, ways of living. I mean, you could be with somebody who is against tarot readings. You know, it's going to be something rather challenging, but the chemistry is going to be so strong that that won't matter. But it has to grow so both of you realize that that doesn't matter. Okay, it's why I said it's a very strong soulmate connection, because this is supposed to make you learn and think outside the box. Okay, the challenge is the Emperor: monogamy, relationship, stability, discipline. That's what I'm saying. One is going to be super different than the other, so we have to get you guys to merge together to create that discipline, to create that foundation for a long-term relationship. So we got to start there. We have to start just simple with teamwork. Because some of you are going to have to build the compatibility. The sexual energy will be there. The conversation will be there. Like I just said that. Like everything will be there, but it's just like, but we're so different. Like how does that go together? Like how would we even merge? And it's possible. It is possible. It's just how are you willing to expand your mind, your perspective, your views, you know? All right. What's going on up above is the Chariot here. So that's just telling me like you're going to have to really focus. And with the Chariot, there are also two different ways to go. You have the black side and the white side. They hold different, you know, directions, different views, different ways about life. And once again, you have to get those two to merge together and go in the same direction. But this is based off the willpower that you have and that person has to bring this together, because it's a beautiful ass connection. It's giving me chills, but this is a very beautiful connection. Whoever, you know, gets to be blessed to have this. Okay, foundation though is the Devil. Okay, so there is, I feel like you're different, and this is another reason why I have religious factors and pay attention, because you know, the more that we're coming into our soulmates and our spiritual partners, the more negative blocks that are being put out there and more obstacles that are being put out there. So there may be different types of temptation. Like I said, there needs to be a release of something, some type of codependency as well could possibly be the situation too. That's why I have pay attention to the red flags, because somebody is going to have to start over within themselves as well. Okay. In the past, we have the Sun. So some of y'all may have already met this person. And if not, you've been happy. Even if you've been single, you've been happy. You've been well off. You've decided to love yourself and go in a whole new direction. And that is bringing you to this person. But now that you're healed, and I think I did this in another reading, it was Virgo. And I was telling them, because people was like, that's not my job. A lot of soulmates are coming in who need healing. You're the spiritual healer. You're the angelic healer. Okay? A lot of responsibility, but I mean, the outcome is beautiful. So what's coming is the Magician. That's what's being manifested. The next step is the Ten of Pentacles. Long-term established connection. Success. And I'm telling you, with the Emperor, that's the goal. Three of Pentacles is working, it's teamwork, it's building, and then the three, and then a 10 is like, we're there. So your next step is to get there. There will be obstacles. There will be blocks. There will be people and things intentionally blocking you, maybe even with the Magician energy here. Somebody trying to stop this connection. Person on the outside, Page of Pentacles. This is a student. A student in love. A student wanting to figure out how relationships work. So you may be more mature when it comes to relationships, and them not so much. Maybe they haven't dated a lot. Maybe they've been focused. Maybe they've been in college or in school or dealing with work. Okay? And they want to love, but, you know, they've never had that experience. Or maybe their relationships never got anywhere. So what you need to know is to be open to the journey. Some people are going to be like, no. You know, this person may be younger than you as well, but be open to the journey. Some of you, if you already know this person, you have to go through a separation period and then you go back to them because you guys have changed. Or somebody has, you know, there's signs and clues and hints that this person has developed themselves a lot better. Hopes and fears, 8 of Pentacles. Whoever this is, you would be willing to invest in them. I have a lot of Pentacles, so that actually is a lot of attention and time and effort into a connection. You may have the upper hand. You have more experience. Okay? And so since this is going to be something that is divine timing, like I've already told you, you're going to have to get to know this person. There's going to have to be a build of a friendship, and you're going to have to, it's maybe one of those, I know it's like a spiritual connection because one of those teaching and learning type of connections, okay? But the outcome right now is you guys focusing on self, okay? This is learning that discipline and that self-reliance, and this is working towards the connection, but you're not codependent on that person. And that person may have to learn how not to be codependent on you. That could also be that devil energy, especially with them being a page. It's like a student in love, and sometimes a student in love can get like caught up in it, and they may have to realize the self-love. It just looks like you're further along and mature when it comes to how a relationship works. But to you, I feel like this is going to raise red flags. It's not going to be draining. It's just going to take a lot of time with these pentacles, and it is long lasting. It could be a lengthy situation here, but it's like, do you, if you don't, just pass it up, you know. But this is, it's a beautiful journey once it gets to where it's supposed to be. Because you have a deep connection with someone in your life, and it's crazy because the passion and the emotions are going to be there, but, it's like, oh my God, you've never been in a committed relationship, or you don't know how this works. And for some of you, it's going to be little things. Like, I asked you to text me when you got home to make sure that you were safe. And they're like, oh, I forgot. And to some people, that's really important to them. Especially with this Queen of Pentacles in the shadows. Some people, they want to make sure that the people that they love are safe and sound. So you may be dealing with a person who's kind of everywhere. Oh, sorry I didn't call you. Or, you came in like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Where the hell were you? And they feel like I don't owe anybody an explanation. And you have to tell them that's not how relationships work. You communicate with each other. And this could be any age. And this could be even a person who's dealt with somebody else and they didn't have to answer any questions. Even though this seems like a really big responsibility, it seems like a very beautiful outcome. They're interested in what you're interested in. They just don't know how to go about it like you do. Okay? All right, guys. See you later.